Good afternoon and happy Monday. It is going to be an incredibly hot day. Right now, skies are clear. It looks very nice outside, but it feels really bad. The heat index is going to be over 110 degrees, which has triggered an extreme heat warning. We don't deal with this type of warning as frequently as the regular heat advisory. This is the fourth time this summer that the extreme heat warning has been issued, and it's going to be a very big impact all across the South, where millions are under heat alerts. Temperatures are warming pretty fast, 5 to 6 degrees warmer than yesterday, making it into the low 90s. Chirag is already at 95 degrees, and it feels much hotter than that. As we go through the day, Florence is going to be closing in on 100 degrees. The beach looks nice, and it's definitely the place to be.
Coverage you can count on at noon starts now.
Thank you for joining us for local coverage you can count on. I'm Gabby Jonas, and first for you this noon, a 17-year-old suspect in a hit-and-run near Coastal Carolina has been denied bond. Horry County Fire Rescue says crews responded to the area of Highway 544 near Evlington Loop around at 12:15 Sunday morning. Now, officials say 2 students were hit by a vehicle and taken to the hospital with critical injuries. 17-year-old Marcio Carrera was arrested a short time later after he was involved in another crash. Carrera is charged with a felony DUI and 2 counts of hit and run with great bodily injury. Now, this incident comes just months after 2 people were hit near the Coop Bar and Grill while crossing the highway. CCU officials said they were moving forward with plans to build a walkway over the road, which had been in talks for years. Now, we spoke with one father from Charlotte who just moved his daughter into her dorm, and he says that having that walkway would ease his concerns.
Yeah, I mean, we trust our daughter to make the right decisions and try to be smart, but we also understand that there's a lot that goes on when you get to college and a lot of peer pressure and influence, and maybe make some decisions that aren't so great. So having an overpass like that would be fantastic to make sure the kids are safe when they're going to do whatever they're going to go do.
Now, Coastal Carolina University President James Weinbrake releasing a statement to the campus saying, in part, quote, "My thoughts and prayers are with them, their loved ones, and each one of you who has been affected by this tragic incident." End quote. And he also added that the university is working with local and state agencies to improve student safety in that area. And we now know the name of the person hit by a car just last Thursday in Little River. The Horry County Coroner's Office says 21-year-old Guy Hickson was operating his wheelchair on North Horseshoe Road last Thursday when he was struck by an SUV traveling eastbound on that road. Now, it happened around 8:30 p.m. Hickson lived in Little River, and Highway Patrol is investigating. And happening this week, the South Carolina Attorney General's office is expected to meet with investigators to review findings in the criminal investigation into Pawleys Island Community Church and its now closed Christian Academy. Officials say they are working through records and electronic devices seized during the probe. The investigation began after authorities discovered that registered sex offender Warren Perry was volunteering around children at that school. Now, 4 church leaders were later charged and made claims they knew about Perry's status. Georgetown County Sheriff's Carter Weaver says the parents are victims in this too and deserve to have their voices heard.
No one else is meeting with these parents. They're the true victims. They're having to deal with a lot. So the church has not met with these folks. No other government entity has met with these folks. And so I thought it was important for the sheriff to call this meeting. And number one, give them a safe space to be heard, but also garner any new information that might exist. And I think we achieved that.
The sheriff's office is being assisted by the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, as well as the officers from the U.S. Secret Service who are helping analyze those records. Sheriff Weaver is asking anyone who believes their child may have been a victim to contact the Georgetown County Sheriff's Office. And the Georgetown County Sheriff's Office has announced the arrest of a Murrells Inlet woman and male teen after a Friday night assault and kidnapping. The Sheriff's Office received a report that 20-year-old Alexander Williamson was missing and was last seen at Luther Eltson Park on Old Kings Highway. At the scene, Williamson's girlfriend told deputies that there was an assault in a nearby ditch. Several witnesses claimed Williamson was hurt and thrown into a vehicle by his girlfriend's family members. Williamson was found in Conway by Horry County law enforcement, beaten and partially undressed. And Thomas Williams and a male teen were both arrested on a slew of charges, including kidnapping. The sheriff's office is still investigating the case. Well, police in the upstate say actress Hayden Panettiere was found dead Sunday on an apartment complex in Greenville. Christian Scarpelli has more from Greenville County.
Details come from the Greenville Police Department. They released information yesterday after receiving a call for an unresponsive female into their office. The Greenville Police and EMS were dispatched here to Judson Mill Lofts. This is on Easley Bridge Road in Greenville County. When Greenville Police arrived and EMS, they found the female unresponsive. They tried to administer medical assistance, but it was unsuccessful, and she was pronounced dead here at the scene. Later, it came out that this unresponsive female was Hayden Panettiere. This release came from her father, Skip, to ABC News. We're also told that surrounding the unresponsive death, there was no foul play assumed to be involved. Also, no suspicious circumstances were found at the scene, and that one of Hayden Panettiere's acquaintances made the call to 911. We also have a statement that was released from management here to one of the tenants. Also, residents received this. They acknowledged that there was a large law enforcement presence here at scene, that the incident was determined to be non-criminal, and that there was no threat to the community or residents or ongoing public safety concern.
Panettiere was best known for her roles in Heroes and Remember the Titans. The actress was open about her struggles with alcohol addiction and depression, including after the birth of her daughter in 2014. Hayden Panettiere would have been turning 37 later this week. Well, this week, the Raleigh City Council is expected to discuss and possibly vote on a new teen curfew. The proposal came up after the July 4th teen takeovers that spread from the Briar Creek Shopping Center to downtown Raleigh. An estimated 3,000 people showed up to Briar Creek and another 5,000 to the other location. The takeover left 9 people shot. The police chief and the mayor have expressed their support for a curfew. Mayor asked the city attorney to draft an ordinance that the council is expected to review and discuss during tomorrow's meeting. Fans gathered in Wales this morning to pay tribute to the late Bonnie Tyler ahead of a celebration of the singer's life. Afterwards, the singer made her final journey through her hometown in a procession witnessed by locals and fans from around the world. The Grammy-nominated pop star was known worldwide for her chart-topping song Total Eclipse of the Heart, as well as her other hits like It's a Heartache and Holding Out for a Hero. Tyler died last month in a hospital in Portugal. She was 75.
News 13 on-time traffic, sponsored by Joy Law Firm. Just call Joy.
The time now is 12:08, and we do have a few very slow areas on 544 and 501, all surrounding University Boulevard, right around CCU. That might just be related to move-in or, back to school. It is that time of year. Also a little slow on 17 southbound as you're heading towards Garden City. Here's a few live looks at 501, intersection with Myrtle Ridge, and then down more to the south in Fantasy Harbor. Either way, it's mostly just traffic lights that are causing backups. Drive time around CCU is 13 minutes. Interstate travel, though, is good. A live look near Alligator Road in Florence County. Good visibility, sunny and hot. The drive time is 9 minutes from TV Road to 76.
Anna, thank you. Well, News 13 is your local election headquarters, and early voting begins later this week for the U.S. Senate special Republican primary runoff. Early balloting will be held on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8:30 a.m. until 5 in the afternoon. You'll be asked to show a photo ID at the polls. Voters who participated in the June Democratic primary are not eligible to cast ballots in the Republican runoff. Now, you can find your polling place at scvotes.gov. Well, Congressman Russell Fry has officially announced his endorsement for Senator Darlene Graham and South Carolina's Republican Senate primary runoff. And that could make for some rough going for her opponent, Congressman Ralph Norman. Andy Weber reports.
While Norman performed well in places like the upstate as well as York County, which he represents in Congress, experts have said to make it out of the runoff, he'll need to pick up support in places like Myrtle Beach, which were a stronghold for Russell Fry during the initial primary. However, after Fry endorsed Darlene Graham, Norman now faces an uphill battle.
It probably seems odd to a lot of people who lined up behind Russell Fry that he's now endorsing Darlene Graham.
Congressman Russell Fry, who finished third in Tuesday's South Carolina special GOP primary for a U.S. Senate seat, says he is endorsing Darlene Graham. In the initial campaign, Fry had been a vocal critic of the senator, who was appointed following her brother's death back in July. Fry criticized Graham over her position on data centers during a debate hosted by Queen City News and Nexstar Media earlier this month.
We had an earth-shattering moment last night where one of the candidates who's not on stage said that she wanted unfettered data centers in the state of South Carolina.
But on Friday, Fry said in a press release that, quote, Darlene knows what it means to struggle, persevere, and keep fighting when life deals you a difficult hand. Those experiences shaped her, and I believe they give her a real understanding of the challenges families across South Carolina face.
Fry primarily threw his name behind Darlene Graham because Trump asked him. Whether or not Donald Trump, made some type of suggestion that you might get this may be helpful here, we don't know.
Dr. Scott Huffman with Winthrop University says the endorsement could bring with it a block of voters from the PD region, a part of the state that Fry handily won.
To the degree it gets even a few of those voters in the Myrtle Beach area especially that went strongly for Russell Fry, then it's going to help Darlene Graham.
Norman's campaign did not respond to a request for comment. Reporting in York County, I'm Andy Weber.
In just about an hour, Governor Henry McMaster is expected to issue vetoes to parts of the newly passed state budget, but has not yet said why. Now, it comes after weeks of a stalemate between Democrats and Republicans in both the Senate and House. Governor McMaster is expected to explain details of his expected vetoes around 1 this afternoon at the State House. Up next on News 13 at noon, a new sports arena in San Francisco is looking to turn robotics into a full contact sport.
It is mostly sunny outside right now, but the biggest focus is going to be on the temperatures and the heat index. An extreme heat warning in effect for today, and heat alerts will stay through the week. Details on that will be after the break.